They say your mind is like a flower. Takes time to grow, and if you care for it, it can bloom into something beautiful. But if you neglect it, it can rot away into nothingness. How long will it take you until there's nothing left? Not a talker, huh? Well, I don't blame you. It's part of the job description. Trust me, I should know. But heed my warning. You will break. It's only a matter of
Time for a new scratch log. I know it's been a while, but I've been really tackling stuff like motivation, actually knowing how to get the stuff done, and all of that fun stuff. School as well. Yeah, I'm very sorry it took this long for a new scratch log to be made. I did have one recorded, but and I got plans partway through, to spice up how I do it, make it a little more interesting, really push myself to make good content for once. I say for once, like I don't actually make good content. Yeah. Okay, so this here is the chart editor. I'm not actually haven't started it yet. That's because we're gonna go into the first section of this video. Okay, already you can see there's a few things that have been changed. Let's start. Let's start at the start. Uh, the grid. Let's talk about how this has changed. First of all, the quarter sections are now color coded. You got the red, you got the green, you got the light blue, and you got the dark blue, light purple, purple, blue, purple. Close enough. Blue. It's dark blue. Yes. I wanted a way to separate the quarter sections. This is the best way I could think of while still keeping that scratch aesthetic. You know, for kids and stuff. Another change we've made here, or I've made here. Ooh, that is loud. Oh wow. I should add a volume thing to this because there's none right now. I'm gonna turn down my volume. Okay, so next thing I changed is nothing about the notes. I did not touch them. I did change the way the held notes work. Now when you have multiple, it's easier to discern which one's which when you're scroll down here, or you can tell which one's which easily. They have no end on them because it would look weird. Get out of here. Okay, and then my next change with this grid is I've added zooming. You can now press the Z and X keys to zoom in and out, and you can see down here there's a little indicator saying how zoomed in you are. You can see it's clipping behind the background effect. I don't know how to fix that quite yet. Uh, just have it be known that will not be in the final version. Right. You can zoom. The notes. That's a terrible example. The notes will zoom with it. You can go all the way to times 16, and I minimize the lag as much as I can. You can see it's still running fairly well. Um, yes. You can even zoom out, and there it is. So if you really want to easily chart, like, say I wanted to chart, like, where do they start singing? Say I don't feel like scrolling in order to chart the section. I can just do that. Whoa, there it is. Wow, that's easy. Yep, that's pretty much all the changes for the grid. You can zoom. The scroll amount how fast it scrolls will actually change depending how zoomed you are, so it scrolls properly. You can see it zooms to the correct point. It will say the correct time. It'll start at the correct time. Yeah. Starting it at the correct time actually took way longer than I should have because I kept overcomplicating it. Like, genuinely. Okay. Now that that's done, let's go to a tiny, less important detail, which is this tiny little stage down here. You can see the art's been redone. They've got fresh, brand new sprites. Um, it's because I didn't really like the old ones. The lines were too thick. The lines were too thick. I wanted to make it thinner so you could more easily tell what it is. Boyfriend here got his shirt because he's fat. Where's their singing? I didn't keep the charting in this? Oh, okay then. You can see they've got brand new animations. I'm not gonna show any of that off yet. They've got brand new poses that are very, very cool. What you're seeing here is me taking the long way of charting this. That's basically the gist of it. Oh yeah, and scrolling also works with zooming. So like I can place a note here, it'll do that, and it'll scroll properly. Oh, and if you zoom in enough, it'll start not adding the top and bottom ones because when I did do that, it spawned too many clones. And it's gone. Where'd it go? Hello? Why'd I get all the way back there? That may be a problem. Right. Okay, let's jump into the next part of this, which is an updated uh section tab. You can see here one massive change. First of all, is the tabs are now colored. You know, some more of that scratch appeal, color coded, fun stuff. Um, but I've also got this cool editing tab. What does the editing tab do? Well, say I have a section here that I have, this guy singing like this, and then this guy is singing like this. This is the worst charting ever because I'm randomly placing notes. Look at them go. Look at them go. Look at them go. They're happy to be alive. But in the next section, boyfriend sings this part, but the opponent doesn't sing this part. Now you could just copy section, paste, swap, and then manually delete all of these. That's boring. Nobody wants to do that. So what I did was you can now toggle what parts you want to copy. So say you only want to copy the opponent part. You can copy, paste, swap. There it is. Very beautiful. And this goes with all of these buttons. It'll only do whatever you have highlighted. So say you want to have them sing the same thing, but the opponent you want to sing the opposite of, or the player you want to sing the opposite of. You can turn that off, mirror the notes. Boom! It's that easy. And now you can have them mirrored. It's very useful. Trust me, this works with all of the buttons. This was actually a suggestion from Gaming Bob. Thank you so much for the suggestion. I fully agree. This would make charting so much better. They also added the suggestion of zooming. And they also added the suggestion in the song tab update. Okay, the change isn't immediately noticeable, but we've got some drop downs here. That's the change. Hi, Reaping Boss. Hi, Pixel. Pix. We'll get into why those are here in a second. And Reaping Boss. I've changed these to drop downs so you don't have to remember every single name. But say there's a ton of them in the list. You don't want to have to search through them. Nobody wants to do that. You can now type in the drop down menus to narrow down your result. Yes. I don't think any of the it does start with. None of these start with the same thing. But say this one, two of them do start with the same thing. It'll oh yeah, I forgot the note flash skin is kind of broken. Yeah. I don't know why it's broken. These two don't work for some reason. But these three work fine. Say okay, this next part I'm gonna switch over to the charting tab where you've got two that start with the same thing. Type G, it'll bring up both of them. You can turn it into whatever you want. I don't have a note selected, but like you get the gist. Same with events. You can S, there's the three that start with an S. This is because now drop-down menus only display 10 inputs max, including this blank one. You can see it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But you may be asking, getting in trouble. This isn't a scratch project. This is a packaged project. We can't go in the code and add any options. Hold on. And to that I say, I need a drink of water. Remember, stay hydrated. And to that I say, the import tab, which is 95% completed. I say 95% because this button is useless. It doesn't need to exist. Okay, so how this works is you type in the name of the thing you want to add. Say I want to add a note. Say I want to add a character type of TN Trouble. That's me. Whoa! You should subscribe. Whoa! Uh, Add a new character, and there's no feedback. I need to add feedback. But you go into here. There he is. There's TN Trouble. He's now the player. That's crazy. That's crazy. And I can change this from being TN Trouble. Goodbye. And I can remove him. Bye, TN Trouble. Bye bye. You do this with note skins, note slash skins, and note types, because these don't have any special input on them. You know, it's just whatever you add here. Say I want to add a note type of op, bf, duet, diet, duet. Add the note type. I go to charting. There it is, op, bf, duet. I can add it there. There it is. Number 6. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh yeah, it's one more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boom. It adds up. Yep. But you may be asking, what about the event type? Events can have inputs like like this. Tween game property. This has so many you have to scroll through them. And I say that's what this next thing is for. Say I want to add an event of I don't know. Barrel roll. That's not how you spell barrel, probably. Probably is. Add an event type. And you can see add an input value blank to end. You can now do character um and rotation speed and blank. Boom, done. I can go to events. Um there it is, barrel roll. And there it is, character and rotation and speed. You can see it doesn't display here because we've already got the 10 max. Yeah. Also, note you cannot delete any of these because these are built in. Now what about the song? Well, that's even easier. Say you want to get out of here. Say you want to add a song. I'm going to use FNF Stinkley Grave Tomb. W song, support the creator, they'll be linked. Thank you, Instagram. Um, got a song. You'll see this. Add an inst file. Let's add an inst file. Oh man, it's not already in it. Okay, now we're in here. Add an instrumental. Let's add the inst. Now we can add the vocals for the boyfriend and vocals for the opponent. And there. I seriously need to add feedback to this. Holy moly, guacamole and cheese sauce. So I can now go into here, set the song name to Grave Tomb. Reload audio. Start at the beginning. You can see it is definitely playing Grave Tomb, the song I literally just imported. Hi, Reaping Boss. I don't remember the BPM for this song, so I can't really test. I can't really chart it for you, but like you get the gist. And then I can remove it. Like, let me set the song name so it doesn't crash the entire program. Tutorial. Reload audio. I can remove it. And that'll just remove it from the instance. I'm gonna delete that button, don't worry. You may have also noticed in the Events tab, I switched these out from being variables. I'm not gonna talk about this because it's still work in progress. So now, let's talk about what's next for the chart editor. Well, I don't think there's much left. I need to add these two inputs for events. Oh, what was that? Weird. Need to add these two inputs for the camera events. I need to add these buttons and rework events like entirely. It's gonna have to do a lot of work. And that's it. That's the chart editor. It's fully done. Other than like a few visual changes probably. But even then, I don't think it needs any visual changes. That's all for this time. If you want me to go more in depth into how I was able to add character types that aren't in the base game, I can make a video on how to handle saving the program over your browser. But until then, I'll see you next time. Thank you guys for watching and understanding. And I'll see you when the chart editor is done. Bye!